Welcome to LoveBite. Hello and welcome to the LoveBite platform, where we share real stories in an interesting manner. We covered here 2 stories. Let's begin with first story. As the title says, my partner has no sign of me on his Facebook. We've been together for 2 years, we have lived together for 6 months, and he has never added photos or anything about us being together. He also doesn't engage with anything I post, not even a like. Whether it's a photo of me dressed up, a photo of us from his brother's wedding, holiday photos of us, photos of our cat, not even when I posted a status when my friend died. On our 2-year anniversary last month, I told him that I intended to add my relationship status and tag him, to which he just shrugged like he didn't mind, but he hasn't acknowledged or accepted it. I was disappointed but didn't think that much of it because he always said he didn't use Facebook much. For context, he still has lots of photos of his, be attractive, ex if you scroll back a bit, but these days he doesn't often post on Facebook, so I had no reason to question it. However, we're currently on holiday and he posted holiday photos 2 days running. They were just location photos and neither had me tagged in them, but since he seemed to be back on Facebook, I posted a photo of us on Valentine's Day and a photo of the special towel arrangement the hotel staff had left on our bed to mark the day, with the caption, "Happy Valentine's Day," his name, him tagged, and he neither liked it nor accepted the tag. When I asked him if he was going to add it to his page, he said he had deleted the Facebook app that morning. It seemed suspicious to me that the moment I directly asked him to engage with me, he had conveniently removed the app. So I just flat out asked him if there's a reason he won't accept my relationship status request and why he won't acknowledge me at all on his profile. I went as far as to ask, is he embarrassed of me, but stopped short of asking if there's someone on there who he'd rather keep under the impression that he is single. He just said he didn't think Facebook was a big deal and he didn't know why I was upset, but that he'd download the app again and accept the request if it bothered me that much. Except he hasn't yet. Earlier, out of curiosity, I went to his friends list and scrolled through the first 50 or so, and anytime I saw an attractive woman with a solo profile pic, I clicked to her profile and could see that he has liked her profile photo. I also clicked through into some men's profiles or profiles of women where their photo had kids in it and found no likes on any of them. The most recent like I found on a woman's profile was a photo from January. He's also been picking quite a lot of fights lately or making me feel like I've done things wrong, and thinking back, I'm wondering if that started when I made the status request. What do you guys think is going on here? Is it a commitment issue and he wants to keep one foot on the shore, so to speak? Or is it more likely that there's someone specific he's hiding our relationship from? Could he be picking fights because he's feeling backed into a corner about making our relationship common knowledge? I don't think he has the time to be physically cheating on me as he's always in our house or in work, but clearly something is going on and I'm driving myself mad over it. TLDR, partner of 2 years won't acknowledge our relationship or engage with me on social media, but is liking other women's pictures. Am I being taken for a mug?
Let's begin with second story. Title of this story: I, 23 years old, realized I was in a trauma bond relationship with my boyfriend, I'm 30. I only realized this because I am currently on therapy, and I do not know if I should continue begging. I never experienced any dating or relationship before I met my ex. He came into my life and he felt like he was the one. We had too much in common that it was so surreal, our likes, views, opinions, food, everything. First 3 months were magical. He was the ideal guy I imagined. One reason I've been single for 23 years, he was not the jealous type, super understanding, did not cage me, the affection and attention he gave was a lot. He supported me of the things I love. I never experienced affection and attention like what he did, so I was so enthralled by him. He would also shower me words like, "You're the only person who understands me," or, "This is my first time feeling this much love," or, "I would never leave you," or, "You're the one for me and I will never find anyone as amazing as you," and for some reason, it gave me that sense of stability. Mind you, I do not have any relationship experience. When we would have misunderstandings, we would talk it out and actually have resolutions, and he would listen. Later on, cracks started to show after the 3 months. There would be misunderstandings, but I am always the logical and calm one. Petty fights started to happen and usually it would be his temper that would start a fight. But I accepted that and understood him. I am too empathetic. Petty fights would happen like, "Why are you wearing makeup?" or "Why are you wearing that dress?" or "I woke up and I did not see you next to me, I wish I was never born." I was the one who was working and it was never a problem for me that he did not. So we would still be chatting during my working hours. There would be times that I would be too busy, and if I do not reply he would threaten me that he would hurt himself. When I am stressed at work, he would be there but he would focus and get mad at the people at my office. I guess it was my fault for sharing my problems because since my work was toxic and too busy, he would get mad at the people and I feel like it was my fault for asking comfort. I am the type not to cry. So he kept asking me it's okay to cry in front of him. By the time we had another fight, I kinda had enough with the way he treated me. Like instead of talking it out, which was what we did during those 3 months, I kinda had a limit to me being the calm one and be the one to always solve the conflict. So I bursted sobbing in front of him, but there was no comfort. I remember the words he told me when I first cried in front of him, "Are you done?" So it made me miss those magical 3 months. So now you might be asking, why did you stay? Because I was still wishing for that 3 months. He would give me small glimpses of it from time to time after a fight. It felt like a drug already. But the gaslighting and manipulation happened. To be honest, I never thought I was being manipulated or gaslight, and I know for a fact that my ex did not knew he was consciously doing it too. When fights happen, he would make it sound like it's my fault. Example, when I just share him about my problems at work, he would get mad and we would fight. So it made me not want to share. I spoke to him about this. I can't share because of your reactions. At first he would try to control it, but it'll only last for an hour or so and then it goes back and he would get mad at himself. So I would tell him, okay, it's not your fault. It's me, okay? If I wanted to visit my mom every weekend he would make a big fuss about it. You go, I'll stay here, or when I do go out. He would be in a very bad mood that makes me want to go back home. So I did not have this support from him, so rather I would just do what he wants. When I share to him that I will go out with my friends, he would get really mad, like beat himself up or say stuff like, I wish I was never born. I hate my life. Prompting me to quickly go home or just cancel any outing. He would then say stuff like, I do not go out of the house. So you would not understand me, or, I love spending time with you. So as an empathetic person, it made me soft towards him. So that cycle happened. I would only go to work to my home. That's it. If I go to the grocery I should be very fast or else he would get mad. He would rather want it to be delivered. So at that time, my mindset was someone wants to be with me. So let me be there for them. If he would know that I get friendly with people, it would get to a fight. My job kinda requires me being a little friendly and he would make a fuss about it when he sees me smiling, giggling or not paying attention to him. When I try to communicate that to him, he would be like, I hate myself. Or better yet, let's not talk. Let me be here, so that would prompt me to say, it's okay. I won't be friendly then. The situation or the relationship made me too dependent on him because I had no one and too isolated and attached. 'Cause I would be happy when he gets happy. It would always depend on his mood. Whenever we would fight it would seem like I was at fault, so my self-esteem kept going down and self-hatred went up so bad that I would think I am only worth it when he is happy. Then he would keep mentioning breaking up with me? More than my 5 fingers. So the promise we both made to not break up only when someone cheats. Long broken. But on my end I would never do it. Because he shares how his past relationship was that people broke it off with him and it never lasted more than a year. So I wanted to prove it to him I am different, but he kept wanting to break up because of the fights. The fights he would start. But at that time, my self-blame thought that it was me. When I can convince him, he would then become sweet. We would make plans, he would then love bomb me again. I felt isolated, to the point I wouldn't know if my own decisions were right. Because he was not always on board with it, and it would be better if it was his decision or a decision that favors him. I do know he is unconscious about this, but I do not want to tell him because he was very vocal that he does not want his mistakes thrown at him. So that cycle kept repeating. Till he finally broke it off because he did not like my friends and my family and my work. But I can't just resign without a backup job. Bills are there. So I had no choice. It was either him or my family, friends, job. But since I could not choose, I then degraded myself and kept begging to stay, begged that I would be better and I was at fault. But nothing, the person that would get worried when I would cry, has cold eyes when he saw me crying. The person that would soothe me when I am down was now a person who had a cold vibe and did not budge when I showed him my vulnerable side. So now, I am still begging. I went to therapy and found out that since I did not have any care or that protect feeling when I grew up, I was craving it so much that the bare minimum for me was already tear high. Or that I went into the relationship without any model, like walking on eggshells. Up till today, therapy feels nothing because I do not see it. So seeking for advice on whether I should focus on myself or keep trying.